Hey everybody, how you doing? Back at it, country boxing with Freeway Boxing. I have the privilege, I wouldn't say the honor, to be interviewing the Bronx Kid, AKA
Greg Lee, man.
All right, Mr. Greg Lee, what's up, baby?
What's up, AC?
Glad to have you here, man.
Sir.
Glad to have you here, man. Hey, just let you know, let everybody know, if they want to see you dominate, you get on this QRF code, download it for free. You'll be able to check it out and watch this young gentleman do what he's been training for.
Right.
Brother, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great,
Good
man.
to see you again.
Yes,
Good to
sir.
see you again.
Yes, sir.
So let's let the world know, let them know who you are, where you from, and you know what you come here to do.
Man, my name Greg Lee, man. I'm all the way from South Carolina, originally from the Bronx, New York. I'm a father of three boys. I got a beautiful family. I brought my coach up here with me. Like I said, man, I come to get this win tonight. Come get this W. Hopefully it'll be a knockout. We gonna all see. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I like the confidence right there.
Sure.
So you're a leader, and you have some young kings, some young warriors. You
Yes,
bring it
sir.
up. So that leads me to my first question. What in the sport of boxing? What has the sport of boxing taught you?
Sport of boxing taught me as a man growing up to be humble. Like as far as who you is as a person, it'll carry you the same way how you is in that ring. You know, as you step outside that ring, once you get hit a couple times, it puts your mind into a different perspective of straightening up. So, say for instance, if somebody bump you outside the store and they don't say excuse me, I would have said, damn, excuse you. You know, but now it's like, oh, I keep walking because I know the man I am and what I can do.
What you can do.
Yeah.
You saving them.
Yeah.
It ain't the other way around. You
Right.
like, and I got shit to do, man.
Right.
I
Yeah.
ain't got time to whoop this. I ain't got to
That's my biggest cue on that now.
The mental aspect, it sounds like everybody who I ask this question, they always come with patience, timing. I have the ability to have the mental fortitude to get past my emotions. What about the sport of boxing the fact that you're a leader, you're a king, what would you want to teach your young ones?
My young ones, I want to teach them, because when I was growing up, I was kind of bullied when I was young, just because I was shorter. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't realize who I was and how much I believed in myself until I start, becoming this, putting myself in the gym and doing what I do. So that goes to show from right then and there, like growing up, I never used that skill and that power.
You've always possessed it.
Yeah, so it was a nervous feeling at first, because growing up, I never did like fighting, but I always fought. I always fight people. But at the same time, as I got older, it was like, dang, what I used to like doing when I was younger? I used to like fighting. So when I turned to this, I felt that same energy and I feel that same nerve when I was young till when I got in that ring, and it kind of went away, actually.
Let me tell you something about the sport of boxing and something about that you may have never thought about. This your coach, right?
Yes, sir.
He ain't never put nothing in you.
No.
He just says the magic words to unlock it in
Yes,
your
sir.
brain.
Yes, sir.
And you tell yourself, to do that. He has never made you faster. He's never made you stronger. There's never been a muscle that somebody's been able to add, unless you had some surgery that I don't know you have. Those muscles you got, your speed, everything, that's something God has already given you.
Yes, sir.
You just got to learn how to unlock it. And your story was that what I'm hearing is that you always possessed it.
Yeah.
You just didn't know how to use it, or you didn't want to use it, or maybe you were too scared to use it, because what does that mean as a little kid? That's a lot to deal with as a little kid. And as you get older, just like anything else, you learn what you got, and you're like, I know how to control this. I know how to control this. Now, that was a very good question. Now we got to get into some funny type of shit, okay?
Let's get it.
Okay, then, what is the most pettiest thing? The sport of boxing is very petty.
Yeah.
Okay? It is.
Yeah.
I'm a petty person. If you did me wrong, I will never forget it. I will forgive you, but I will never forget it. A gentleman, I gave out some warm water one time. I know, right? You're like, warm water ain't no big deal.
Yeah.
But I had cold water in the back. I wasn't gonna give it to you.
He petty.
Yeah. So, long story short, I had my son. We was wrapping our hands, brand new section, and USA Boxing, you could wrap the hands with actual wraps, not the tape and gauze, right?
Right.
Well, the person at the table did not want to accept it.
Wow.
Because that wasn't that. Maybe he knew the rules, but he one of the old heads, been there for years. That's not how we do it. I said I didn't want to argue. I didn't want to argue with him because I'm like, this guy is the one who signs off. I don't argue with the person who signs off. What do you want me to do? I said, okay, no problem. Went back and changed it. A few weeks later, some of his fighters needed some water. Hey, coach, can I get some water? Yeah, I got some water. Sure do. I went out my trunk. It was warm as hell. I said, here you go. I gave water.
But yeah,
I remember that shit. I remember that. Yeah. So what's the pettiest thing anybody's ever done to you?
Pettiest thing somebody did to me in sparring was kept hitting me in the groin, man. I kept got hitting in the groin, but like I said, I had on a cup, so I didn't really too much say nothing until the time when he hit me. It was hard in the third round. So after that was it. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
That's about the only thing that I can really think of, because when it comes down to boxing, I get real technical. You know what I'm saying? So that's about the only thing.
What is the pettiest thing that you have ever done? And let me say this. I don't want you ain't got to tell me nothing nefarious. You ain't got to tell me nothing that's going to incriminate you. You ain't got to drop nobody's names if you don't want to.
I mean, it's cool with me.
Well, so what is possibly the most pettiest thing you've ever done to somebody?
Sparring, making somebody be in a matador. You know, as far as like, you know, having them chasing me, and I'm going back in the circle to the point where now I'm back in my stance, but at the same time I'm getting them to chase me and I'm about to set them up with something. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, well, sir, your pettiness sounds like a very skilled fighter. Yeah. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
I don't do it often. I just do it onto people that I know I can beat in sparring, because you don't really take sparring necessarily 100% on somebody that you know you can beat. You see what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of boxing that's going on now. I'm starting to see a lot of guys try to make themselves famous off people that they know they can beat off sparring, and that's something they don't need to be doing.
Because if you can't do it in the ring, it don't matter. I mean, if you can't do it under the lights,
right?
Hey, coach, and I'm sure you seen this a million times. You got gym fighters, absolutely amazing, and then when you get the tape, when you take off the headgear, when you put on 10-ounce or 8-ounce gloves, they hesitate. You like, oh. Yeah. I mean, the first time I had an amateur fight, right? And they put us in. So this was in the Army, and so we used 14-ounce gloves. I put those gloves on. The first thing I thought was, oh, somebody gonna hit me with these? Oh, I don't mind hitting nobody with them, but I'm gonna get hit with these. I said, I don't know about that right there. So, you know, just putting on them 10-ounce gloves or 8-ounce gloves, you be like, yo, wait a minute. Because maybe I can take his shot when he got 16 ounces when I got headgear on, but I don't know if I can take that shit with some horsehair gloves.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's lead right into our last question.
What's up?
Being in the ring with people. Sounds like you could learn. That's what you sounded like you were about to say. If you had the opportunity to be in the ring with Jack Johnson or Rocky Marciano, who would you be? Who would you learn? Not that you would ever beat them, or not that they would beat you, but who would you learn the most from being in the ring with?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Those fighters, they was way before my time, so I kind of really, I know who you're talking about, but I never paid attention to them.
No problem. Yeah. No, you haven't learned about them yet.
Right.
You will learn about them.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let me bring it up a little bit earlier, a little bit more sooner. Muhammad Ali, or
there you go.
Sugar Ray Robinson.
I'm gonna say Sugar Ray.
Okay then, why?
He was quick.
He was.
He was too smooth. You know what I'm saying? Muhammad Ali, that was one of my favorite fighters. But something about Sugar Ray Robinson, he was doing in that ring most fighters couldn't do.
He is the reason that we have a pound for pound list.
Yeah.
He is a complete fighter. There is not one aspect that you can just point out, and when you focus in on just the speed, he's got power. If you focus just on the power, he's got timing.
He got the
legs. He's a complete fighter. Yeah. He was the prototype of what fighters are becoming today.
Right. Yes, sir.
Okay then.
Yes, sir.
He was the one that, a lot of people don't know that.
So Ray learned from...
Muhammad Ali learned from...
To be Ray.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he learned. Because he was around the Joe Louis era.
Wow.
So Muhammad Ali was 60s, and they were 40s and 50s. Yeah. Wow. 40s, 50s, and 60s. Okay, then. So we got Sugar Ray Robinson. All right, we're gonna have a bout of the Sugar Rays.
All right.
Sugar Ray Robinson or Sugar Ray Leonard? Who would you want to be in the ring with, and who would you learn the most from?
Sugar Ray Leonard. Ain't that was the heavyweight? Which one is that one?
Okay, no problem, brother. This ain't no test. You gonna pass this one no matter what. Okay, we're gonna go Sugar Ray Robinson. All right, Sugar Ray Robinson or Mike Tyson?
I'm gonna go with Mike Tyson.
Okay, then why would you go with that?
Because
you can learn. Now, not.
He got that ability to knock you out from each hand of transferring weight.
He was another switch hitter. People don't ever.
Right.
They don't point that out enough.
Right.
That he was a switch hitter.
Yeah.
And he was I wouldn't say he was the modern day, but he was the evolution and he did it so smoothly.
Yeah.
The transitions from orthodox to southpaw was very smooth. That not even a lot of people caught it unless you
know what you're looking at.
For.
Yeah.
So okay, then you would be with Mike Tyson. You could learn the most from Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Okay, then Mike Tyson. Okay, I'll keep it a little bit more modern. Mike Tyson.
So you give me
or. Now, there's two versions of this gentleman. You might have heard me say it over here, bro. There's two versions. There's Bud with a haircut.
Thank you. Now you giving me somebody I could talk about.
And then there's Bud with no haircut.
I'm gonna go with Bud. Go ahead. Fences.
Yeah. So you got those. You got this option. You got three choices. You can go Bud with a haircut, Bud with no haircut.
I'm gonna say Bud with no haircut. Reason why, because he matured more later on. He was more relaxed. Versus back then when he got knocked out by he didn't get knocked out. He got dropped, but
it's crazy that Gamboa could do that. And listen, they were already world champions.
Right.
And for him to be able to develop and then stand in front of one of the most hardest. I'm not saying he is the hardest.
You talking about Tank?
No, for Bud to be able then to stand in front of Canelo like that without really taking any shots.
Yeah, he developed that over time. You know that's another thing about boxing, man. A lot of people rushing to get into boxing, man. It takes time, man. It takes time.
How long? It's over a decade, Coach. Over a decade ago, where Gamboa dropped Crawford.
Yeah.
That's 10 years ago, and that gentleman was a world champion at that moment.
Yeah.
And fought at 35.
Yeah.
So for him to then go all the way up to 68, there's a lot of learning.
Yeah.
So just because you was a national champion when you were 7, you're a world champion now, doesn't mean that you still don't have room to grow.
Right.
What's up, Kansas City? Y'all know what it is. Come out to the I'm KC store, 5 p.m., 8600 Ward Parkway. Right now, we got plenty of books. We're going to have to change that, right, Rick?
Yeah, oh, man, they're going to go, man. Right now, King is leading that contest. Y'all know I'm doing that meet and greet in 20 places. Kansas City right now is leading the contest thanks to you-know-who, yours finest, Young King, baby.
Yup.
Hey, y'all, this is my boy Peanut. We got it in today. Check us out, man. We here in front of my man's store, Sons Auto. If you want auto parts cheap and good, come to Sons Auto, man. Peace.
That's with you. Check us out, Comedy Convicts. Peanut Johnson in the building.
Hey, what up, y'all? You know what it is. It's your man, Ricky Ross. Look, me and my man, Jimmy Adams, doing our first event, December 2nd. You ain't got your ticket yet?
Everybody, how you doing? This is Coach AC Bryant here at Country Boxing, brought to you by Team Freeway Boxing, none other than Mr. Frank Brown. How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Good, brother. Good, brother. Yeah. Hey, man, we want to get right into the interview, man. Absolutely a pleasure to have you from all the way from San Antonio, but that's not your original stomping grounds, if I'm not correct, right?
No, it is.
Okay.
It is. But I spent a lot of years in California. Yeah.
So San Antonio, via San Antonio, all the way out here in Tennessee. Brother, I know a little bit about your career, just a little bit. You've been one of the busiest boxers I've known in 2025. Yeah. You fought in TCL, you fought at 135, you fought at 47, you fought at 54. It didn't matter whatever weight class. You went against everybody. You went against a former contender, Quentin Randall. You handled yourself immaculately. You fought in TCL. You've been fighting on OTX. You're fighting here. This is your second time on Country Boxing.
Second time, yes.
Yeah, so this is crazy, man. You are one of the busiest gentlemen I know in the sport of boxing.
Pretty busy.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. Let me lead into it, man. Is there anybody that you wouldn't face unless the money is right?
Honestly, I would say Tank Davis.
Your twin?
That's what a lot of people tell me. I think that would be cool. Like the battle of the light skins.
I like that. The battle of the light skins. Yeah. Y'all gotta be third and second cousins for sure. Y'all gotta be third and second cousins for sure. And y'all fight at the same weight class, right?
Yeah, I'm a little taller.
Yeah. Okay, then.
I'm a little older, so he look like me.
Okay then. He was copying your style first.
Yeah.
Okay, then something like that, man. Hey, so we're gonna get to ask you a couple questions. How's it like training in San Antonio, man?
Man, honestly, it's big down there. Mm-hmm. You know, you got Mario Barrios, you got Bam, you got a lot of good fighters coming out of San Antonio. It's pretty cool.
A lot.
Yeah.
I think San Antonio boxing and
it's underrated.
It's very underrated, and this year they're putting it together to have 2 world champions in one at one time.
Yeah.
Current and soon to be possibly arguably one of the best pound for pound that this generation has seen. Bam Rodriguez.
So. He's bad.
He is a bad mamma jamma, brother. Like for him, I mean, and the story is behind. He look, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching boxing, if you've been if you're a boxer, if you're a boxing coach or whatever it is, until you make it, you got to stay ready. If you don't know the Bam story, is that he got called up almost like 1 or 2 weeks on for short notice. It could be a little bit longer, but off of short notice to be
very consistent.
To jump up 2 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, not 2 pounds, 2 weight classes, or maybe 1 weight class to fight for a world championship, and he absolutely dominated. Yeah. Similar to Mr. Frank Brown over here, where he absolutely just fights at any weight class.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Really.
Let's get a little silly, man. So if you could. If your hands were cut off, here's a scenario. If your hands were cut off for 1 year.
Cut off,
motherfucker, gone. What would Frank Brown do?
Honestly, I don't know. I guess I can teach people how to, do electrical work. Mm-hmm. I got my journeyman's license.
Oh, wow.
As an electrician.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, really?
I do boxing because I like it. It's good for my soul. It makes me a better person, really.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you was a certified electrician.
Certified.
Okay, then, baby. Okay, that explains a lot then. Okay, then you're multifaceted. Yeah. Okay, then, let me ask you a few more questions. If you could, without maybe incriminating yourself, whatever it is, boxing is very petty.
Yeah, it is petty.
What is the pettiest thing someone has ever done to you in boxing? And then on the flip side, what is the pettiest thing you've ever done to someone in boxing? That doesn't have to be nefarious. It can just be mischievous, and you don't have to name names, but if you want to throw up their name, you could do that too.
I don't want to throw out no names, but I've been suspended for not wanting to fight with 10-ounce gloves. Mm-hmm. It was 147 and under, so it's like, if you know boxing, it should be 8 ounce. So yeah, they suspended me because we were arguing backstage about it, and I just felt like it was unfair.
Oh, so that wasn't a personal thing, that was a commission type of thing that kind of, okay then, all right. What's the pettiest thing that you ever done to anybody?
I haven't done any petty shit.
No, never?
Excuse my language.
Oh, okay then, all right, well, oh yeah, I'm petty as hell. The pettiest thing anybody's ever done to me, right?
Yeah.
Is mail me my key to my gym after I let them borrow it.
Really?
Yeah, it was a young gentleman, an athlete who I was coaching, amazing athlete. We got the opportunity to work together again. Okay. I had grown and his head had gotten bigger.
Yeah.
So there's the difference, right?
TCL would do that to you.
Well, some TCL will kind of do that to you. So, and sat back and, I'm working with him. I gave him my key to my gym. I was like, hey, you use it whenever you want to.
Yeah, mi casa, su casa.
Yeah, and he took that literally. And then,
really?
Needless to say, when I asked for my key back, he mailed it. It was petty.
That's
crazy. And the pettiest thing I've ever done is I gave the opponent warm water.
Warm water.
I wouldn't give him no cold water. Cause last time they
I'll be mad at you.
They gave me some issues with my son when he had his hands wrapped right. I was a new coach and I was reading all the regulations and stuff, so I was like, I know this, right? And the first day we go, he had wrapped his hands in his normal hand wraps. Yeah. And that was a no-go. Yeah. Technically it wasn't. Yeah. So I'm sitting to the dude and the guy was arguing back and forth, and I was like, I can't argue with that guy. He's the one who's gonna say yay or nay on some stuff. I said, yes, sir. But when I saw his ass and I saw his fighters, like 3 weeks later, and they was like, Coach, gonna get some water? I sure do. Now look, I gave him water, but I gave him water out the back of the trunk. Yeah. It wasn't no cold water.
You gave him water though?
I gave him water though. I gave him water though. It's kind of petty like that, yeah. So what has boxing really taught you that you can use in your life? What has boxing taught you that you can teach and pass on to somebody else? What has boxing taught you that you didn't even think that it would teach you? That's a lot of questions.
Yeah. Honestly, it helps me out with life, everyday life, like staying consistent, staying like a schedule, a routine. It's good for a man to have a routine. You know what I mean? Everyday life. And it keeps me out of trouble, it teaches me how to control my emotions and stuff.
Normally the person making the loudest noise ain't the person who can fight. Yeah, right?
Yeah. Agree.
What has boxing, what do you think you can teach from sport of boxing outside of the things you just mentioned? What are some of those things that you could now pass on to someone else?
How to deal with your emotions.
It's almost like therapy.
And walking away, being a bigger person.
Uh-huh.
You don't always have to fight.
Anybody know the Blu-ray key?
I ain't seen it.
You know the Blu-ray key? Nobody know the Blu-ray key. I'm looking for the Blu-ray key. I'm looking for the Blu-ray key. Anybody know the Blu-ray key?
No, sir. No, sir.
I'm looking for the Blu-ray key.
That's me.
We got this for you.
Oh, man. Man, now you part of it, man.
We got more. We can get more though. We got plenty.
Everybody, this is Coach Bryant back here at Country Box, brought to you by Freeway Boxing. I'm standing with none other than the Razor.
Okay, my name Kyle Ransaw.
Okay, Mr. Kyle. Hey, good seeing you, brother. Good seeing you again, man. I'm glad you're out here, man. So, tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how you got into boxing, and why are you fighting on Country Boxing?
I'm from Anderson, Alabama. I got into boxing I've been into boxing my whole life. It was just I think the first fight I seen on TV, just watching TV when I was younger was Hagler and Hearns. I'm a big Hagler fan.
Oh, wow.
I started watching it then. I was like,
he's one of my,
I want to do that. So I finally got my chance when I moved to Augusta, Georgia, like 10, 12 years ago. When I started then, I moved back home recently to Anderson, Alabama to train, which is home. Feel better to train from home. So that's kind of how I got into it. Seeing it on TV, I was like, damn, I want to do that.
Okay then. I like that. So it's something that you pushed yourself. Nobody pushed you to do it.
I pushed myself, yeah.
Sir, let me tell you one thing. First of all, that is the key to success.
Yes,
if you don't need nobody to wake you. Hey, if I got to wake you to make you, to shake you, you know what I'm saying, to get up, then you ain't trying to make no bread. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So let's get into these questions real quick. Okay, man. So here's a scenario. Your hands are cut off. You cannot use them for the sport of boxing. You can't even use them, period. Just for 1 year, though. They're going to dramatically grow back. Magically grow back. What are you doing, Mr. Razor?
Honestly, what I would do if I ain't have my hands, I love boxing so much. I'm finna get in the background and promote or something. We gotta do something. I gotta stick to it. That's all I know.
You gonna put the stamp down right there. Yeah, there you go. Pick the paper up, put it down there.
They say I came to your high school and spoke before.
Yeah, most definitely. Chicago. I went to high school in Chicago, South Shore. This was like 08, 09, around that time.
Wow.
Like my juniors.
So you was in high school then?
Yeah, I was in high school then, man.
And you heard my speech?
Today my 35th birthday too. So.
Happy birthday, man. And thanks for the food.
Hey, no problem.
Ruby Jeans.
Ruby Jeans.
I am KC. You already know what it is. 8600 Ward Parkway. Freeway.
Because the sport of boxing is a very petty sport, you know.
I ain't got nothing too petty, but I will say one thing. For my first fight, we had to do a lot of media things and stuff like that. Shit I ain't really used to. But I say the pettiest thing somebody did to me was probably bring up both our accolades and the amateurs, which I don't think really it matters. But when you get to the pros, it's not really.
Oh, so there must have been something in there that they wanted to highlight as and you think it was a negative, right?
Yeah, because the thing it was kind of a thing like about, I guess, belts, I guess, in the amateurs, but all of them that come from amateurs came from Street Beefs, if you ever heard of that.
Yes, I do. Yeah, matter of fact, I'm a sponsor of Street Beefs.
They came from that, and I was like, it's fighting, I respect it, but it's one of the same things, so, but that's probably the pettiest thing. It ain't really petty, but that's probably the only thing I really could think
of. So
basically,
he was saying, look, I got this, and you ain't got nothing. You were like, but
But we both,
Yeah,
you
you
gotta respect it. We both doing the same thing.
Yeah,
though, so,
yeah.
You know.
Okay, then. What's the pettiest thing that you've ever,
pettiest thing.
and maybe you wanted to do, but your conscience told you not to do it?
Probably bring up, I guess, I feel like I had more skill. Probably bring up more skill, but he had more accolades. You know what I'm saying? He was doing it longer, so I had to respect that. So that's probably the most pettiest thing.
Okay, I mean, that ain't too bad.
Too bad. Yeah, I ain't a petty person. I ain't a petty
Mr. Razor
person.
say, look, man, I'm saving for the ring. I ain't even got to talk no mess. I'm going to go ahead and knock you out in this ring, and we're going to call it a day.
Yeah.
Hey, brother, so let me ask you a question. What has the sport of boxing taught you? And it's a 3-part question. I'll go, and then the first follow-up is, what is something in boxing that you would want to teach somebody else? And then I got another question after that. So first one is, what has the sport of boxing taught you? And the second one is, what is something that you would want to teach somebody from the sport of boxing?
Boxing taught me definitely discipline and a lot of patience. You gotta have patience and discipline. I say when I first started, I didn't have that. That's like when you going into a fight, you don't get in there, you just try to rush and knock the guy's head off. Take your time. You know what you run into. You can run into anything when it comes to boxing, especially the things you don't see. That's like in life, you can try to rush in life, you run into stuff you don't expect and knock you down. So you have to be patient. And just
you got to be patient. You got to throw that jab out there. You got to learn how to use the feelers.
Yeah, because everybody has their own path. Too. So be patient.
I like to teach. I like the one thing that, not to cut that off, but it's like just to caveat off of what you said was like, one of the things I like to teach my fighters is, or to let them know is like, hey, when you first start fighting, most civilians ain't never fought because it's Thursday. That's sparring. It's Thursday, 5 o'clock. We got to spar. And the buddy that you was playing games with, he ain't mad at you when he hits you as hard as he can. That's just part of the game. So when you get in that ring, it's not emotional. Most civilians only fight when they get angry. Boxers don't fight when they get angry. If a fighter does get angry, instead of them losing control, they normally focus a little bit more. They throw a little bit tighter. That's what boxers use that energy. And you mentioned that it helps them to deal with learning how to be strong. And I don't want to put words in your mouth, but what was you said? What was the skill?
It's like
patience.
Discipline and patience.
And discipline and patience.
Discipline and patience.
So what would you want to teach somebody? What's the one skill? It doesn't have to be the same thing. You know, it doesn't have to be physical and it doesn't have to be mental. It could be one or the other.
I say honestly, somebody do teach. I have 2 daughters, so I teach my daughters patience. Like, you may you have to be patient. You don't know, like everybody has their own thing in life, and you know, especially by them being little girls. You know, just be patient. Don't rush anything, baby. Take your time. Don't get sad or depressed when things don't go your way. You keep pushing in life because it ain't meant to be perfect.
It ain't meant to, man. Shit, that's some good answers, bro. I like that. You are a media person, bro. You trust me, man. As a coach, former amateur fighter, not pro, former amateur fighter, as a coach who's into promoting everything, let me tell you one thing that's gonna help your brand more than anything. You tell your story. Make sure you tell your story, because can't nobody tell your story, no matter how much I like you, no matter how much I know about you. I'm not gonna emphasize on some of the things that you thought. It's like, man, I thought this was more important than this. Why wouldn't you, right? So learn how to tell your story and nobody have to tell it for you. Okay, let's jump right into the end right here. All right, brother. So you in the ring, you facing some opponents. You're not worried about if they can beat you or if you can beat them. You're just going to get in the ring with who you would want to share the ring with somebody who can teach you the most. I'm going to give you 2 names, and then we're going to and you're going to tell me why real quick, and then we'll move on to the next. All right, first 2. Jack Johnson or Rocky Marciano?
Maybe Rocky Marciano.
Okay, then. Why?
I feel like I kind of can relate to that. He's like tough to me, like real tough to me. Like he go get what he can get. I just like how the style he was. From what I know from him, I think that's more what I would lean toward Rocky Marciano.
Okay, then fair enough. Hey, you cannot go wrong. Heavyweight champ, only heavyweight to go undefeated, never lose the belt. Fought an absolute who's who of historical members. So he's nothing to be a shabby, and you can't beat that. That was a good answer. That's a good question, a good answer. Okay, next one. All right, let's bring it up. So, would you want to face Rocky Marciano, or not face? Who would you learn more from? Rocky Marciano or Muhammad Ali?
Muhammad Ali.
Okay then.
given the culture for one. And I felt like he wasn't just a fighter. He was like more than that, like kind of he was an inspiration, like a leader. So I would definitely love him.
He's a once in a lifetime personality, a spirit, a soul that can't. There will never be another soul like that gentleman right there.
What's up, y'all? You know, every day I'm always gearing up to get healthy, stay fit. And today, I'll be at Simply Wholesome. I'm going to get me some deodorant, toothpaste. I don't use deodorant with aluminum in it, and I don't use toothpaste with fluoride in it. Let's go see what they got. How you doing? Simply Wholesome have everything you need. Look at all the herbs and spices that they got on the shelf. I like to try different stuff, you know, different products. And this is all of the toothpastes with no aluminum, no fluoride, and, you know, all that other stuff that they be having. Let me see. This is one I'm gonna get today. I'm gonna try this one. I try all of them.
It's a neem plant, Professor.
Oui, yes, but how did you know that, Salas?
They use the neem plant in how high?
Yeah. I'm gonna try this one today.
How you doing? Coach AC Bryant back. Country Boxing, brought to you by Three-Way Boxing. I have the honor, the privilege to be with none other than Shots Fired, AKA
LaVars Carter.
Okay, man. Oh, well, brother, I'm glad you're here, man. Good to have you, man. Good to see you again,
nice to
man.
Be here, man.
All right, man. So, tell me a little bit about yourself. Where you from? What got you into boxing? You know those feel-good stories.
Okay, so, what got me into boxing years ago? One of my best friends was boxing, and he had passed away. So, I had bad grades as a kid growing up, so my mama would never let me do sports. So I snuck to the gym, and the coach ended up, but like I said, my friend introduced me to boxing before he passed away. And I snuck to the gym and ended up finding out the coach was my cousin. So
oh wow, okay.
The spark went from there. I moved in with him, and it was like that. Like
it was done.
Yeah,
it was a done
the rest
deal.
was history.
Okay then.
Yeah.
So I got a few questions. Get the audience and everybody out here to get to know you, so they can get here and download this and watch you dominate in the fight. What is the pettiest thing anybody? Boxing is a very petty sport. I'm a petty person. I'm petty. I gave a motherfucker warm water instead of cold water only because he gave me an issue over my hand wraps for my son one day, right? So that's how but I still gave him water. I gave him water, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a little petty, you know, it's no problem. What is the pettiest thing anyone has ever done to you? And then my follow-up question will be, what's the pettiest you have ever done? Now listen, you ain't gotta say nothing nefarious.
Right.
You ain't gotta say nothing that's gonna implement you into any type of crime or anything like that. You ain't gotta drop nobody's names, okay? Go ahead, yes sir.
The pettiest thing somebody done to me in boxing, let me see. I really don't even know. Like the petty shit, long as it ain't like no real shit, like to where I have
you
to
bulletproof. It don't even bother you.
Petty.
So even if
it can't bother you, because if it do,
yeah.
And I would hope if it do, you get a little from it. But let me see. The pettiest thing. I really don't know.
Okay. I would almost assume that you wouldn't have anything that you've done to anybody.
I can't think of none right now.
Okay, fair enough. Well, fair enough. Well, this gentleman doesn't matter about what you did to him outside the ring, because he's gonna kick ass in the ring no matter what.
Nah,
so
for sure.
okay then, I like that.
Sure.
I like that. I like that. What has the sport of boxing taught you?
Discipline. Be disciplined. And that consists of staying ready. Being respectful. It taught me like morals and things like that.
It's crazy how this dangerous sport teaches you how to be more human and more calm.
Yeah, like a man, calm and handle situations differently.
Fighters, I feel that there's always one or two that they off on the line wire or whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
But the majority of fighters, quiet as kept. They will absolutely destroy you.
Yeah.
But because they got something better to do, they like, nah, I'm good. And you may feel like you got to win over them, but reality is they just saved your life.
Right.
That patience right there. That's why I've been I'm a steward for the sport of boxing.
Right.
Amateur boxer, never professional. Been a part of boxing for over 20 plus years. And one of the things that I think that it helps anybody, but more so males, is learning how to deal with when people get in your ear. Like, you can be the toughest dude in the world, but you ain't gotta show nobody, chill out. So, let me ask you a question. Okay, what is something from the sport of boxing that you wanna teach someone? Because normally it's like, reach me, teach me, right?
Okay, like skill-wise? Like
No, it doesn't.
Like
it can be skills, or it can be the same type of the mental fortitude that boxing taught you.
Okay, I would want to teach somebody that it's really like 90% mental, 90% mental.
Yeah.
And not, just
the physical
out or,
the physical don't, just because you run 5 miles, you do great on the bag work, that don't mean you're ready to fight.
It's the mental.
It's the mental.
And the heart.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Because when I'm coaching fighters, so I got the privilege to be a coach in Team Combat League, and when I'm picking TCL, now it's Team TBL, Team Boxing League.
Okay.
And when I'm picking fighters, right?
Right.
I get, this is me for real. If you are absolute physical beast, immediately like, oh man, I don't know about this dude. Because now I've seen you beat people, but I've never seen you in adversity.
Right.
And so now I'm worried. Because TCL, you gonna run into some adversity. Even if you're a killer, you're gonna run into another killer, right? And so, and for one round, it's a little tougher. But anyway, so like that, the fact that you said the mental is 90%, everything is 10% physical, that I mean, we're in the right the arena, man. I know I'm talking to a good fighter now. Man. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, then. Jump right into it. Your hands are cut off for 1 year. You can't do boxing. What does Mr. Shots Fired do?
What does I do? I would be mad, or I would be down about the situation, but I'll probably try to make the best of it. Like I said, I'm more of a mental type of guy, so I would probably try to make the best of it and, still put out the encouragement and things like that, and motivation, and still try to stay around the
boxing community.
Yeah, around the boxing community and do things like that. So,
okay then. I like that. I like that approach. Who is the one fighter that you wouldn't face? Is there a fighter out there that you wouldn't face unless the money is right?
Yes, I would.
Who?
LaVar Carter. I don't know who. I wouldn't face him. If I was anybody, I wouldn't face him.
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't face him.
Unless the money was right?
Unless the money was right.
Is he that good? Is he that, in your eyes, he's a very skilled fighter?
Yeah.
Okay then. Hey, that's a shout out. That's a shout out. Hey, LaVar, you should be happy.
Yeah, I won't face me.
Would you, the last question I have for you, all right? So I'm gonna ask you a couple of names and then you let me know, and the caveat off of that, when I'm coaching my fighters, I always point to the mirror and I always let them know that that's the person right there that's gonna tell your opponent everything you did wrong. And as long as you can beat that person in the mirror, you'll never have to worry about beating anybody else. Because if every day you come in and you know you can beat, if LaVar can beat LaVar, oh man, you winning. Because he know all your weakness, right?
100% right, you're right.
So here we are. So you get to be in the ring with one fighter. But the only reason you're in there is that you can learn the most from them, right? I'm gonna go back.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So, would you be in the ring with Joe Louis or Sugar Ray Robinson?
I would say probably Sugar Ray. I would say Sugar Ray Robinson. Why? Because growing up in the boxing sport, I heard his name a little bit more than Joe Louis, and I was probably a little bit more focused on him, watching his fights a little bit more. So I feel like he was a
all around.
Yeah,
the beginning of an all-around fighter. He is the reason that we have a pound-for-pound list.
Yeah, he very complete fighter as a fighter. Yeah, I would say Joe Robinson.
Okay then.
Ray Robinson.
Sugar Ray Robinson.
Yeah.
Okay then, great pick. You cannot go wrong in none of these picks. And he is not saying that he could beat anybody. He's saying the complete opposite. He's saying that he could learn the most from them by facing them in the ring. Who would you think you could learn the most from? Would you learn the most from Muhammad Ali or Sugar Ray Robinson?
It's crazy because you can learn a lot from both of them.
You can't, yeah, right? You can only pick one.
I would say Muhammad Ali.
Uh-huh.
I would say Muhammad Ali. I feel like a lot of people would say.
Oh yeah, everybody says Muhammad Ali. I would think not only of his boxing, but he's iconic.
Yeah,
he is
iconic,
He is somebody that when he passed away, there's not a lot of people who that one it hurt. I never met him personally.
Yeah.
But I knew what he meant for the sport that I love.
Yeah,
and I was like, that was a little rough one. Okay, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna go a little bit more modern. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go Muhammad Ali,
Okay.
or Julio Cesar Chavez.
Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
But shout out to Julio
Chavez.
Yeah, he's a great fighter, hell of a name, iconic too, especially for the Mexican guys. But I would still go Muhammad Ali
because he's just gonna be able to. Not only can he teach you iconic stuff and how the adversity that Muhammad Ali went through. Just when we think that we living through hard times, this gentleman, being an Olympic medalist, still had to sit in the back. Still was a second-class citizen. So this is for him to be able to do that and that mental aspect of it. For him to still be able to do that and compete at the level he was,
of a fighter. It just
hell
shows.
of a fighter. How many fighters gonna turn down money because they making a stand? He gave up his almost the majority, not the majority, but a good portion of his career to sit out because of the government and his ability, or not his protest against joining the Vietnam War. How many fighters today would do that? I'm sure that there are, but man.
Yeah, but not a lot. So,
not a lot. Not
a lot, and for the money. And,
yeah,
and just for the.
And sometimes it wasn't worth it.
Yeah,
it wasn't worth it.
It
wasn't worth it. Okay, then. So we're gonna keep going. We still going Muhammad Ali. So a little bit more modern. Muhammad Ali or Bud Crawford. Now listen, there's two Buds. I got my braids. I got my haircut Bud, and then there is I ain't got no haircut Bud.
Okay.
So I think, to me personally, Bud with no edge up is nobody beating him.
Okay.
Right? Bud with edge up, I'm not saying nobody would beat him. I just think it'd be more competitive. Okay. So let's go with. There you go. You got two versions of would you want to be in the ring with Muhammad Ali or Bud with edge up or Bud without edge up?
I would say both of them, but if I had to pick, probably Bud, because it's all because of right now what's going on. He the champion on top, and I actually was at camp with him.
Oh, okay then. Yeah. And what I've heard is that he is uber competitive with everything.
And he take the craft, the sport so serious, like everything just like a routine and schedule, and
He is somebody who I have been saying that is the #1 pound for pound for quite some time. I document on Instagram, so it ain't like I just jumped on the bandwagon. I was like pound for pound for quite a few years.
Right.
And this is even before he even went up to 140. Right. This is when him at fighting at, this is when he was fighting at 140, when he won the belts. But I feel like when Bud fights, it's a class. It's not it's not like, oh man, he just athletic, he just good. You can't really reproduce that.
Right.
His is, okay, see how you work that high guard? This is how you counter offer that. This is what you do. So that's why I think you can't go wrong with, nobody has not picked Bud, and I don't know if they're thinking it the same way, but I'm like, you can reproduce Bud. I'm not saying you can make him as fast, make him strong, but his technique on how it was just
to win a fight.
Win a fight.
I'm not gonna lie. That's what I said. He got a schedule. They team him and Bo. They got a great team. They got good history, a good mindset of how boxing and science work with everything. It's just like,
I knew I was gonna like Bud when I already liked him after he fought Gamboza. But it was like when I found out Bud got 2 coaches, and really 3 coaches.
Yeah, Red, Saul,
and all of them take turns. Whoever got the best strategy. There is no pissing contest. There is no ego. It doesn't seem like there's no ego. Everybody's in coordination. It's the first time I've ever heard of. And I'm not trying to say that it, you know, it's legit or it's been certified that he has 3 head coaches, but I know he's got a lot of people in his corner. And you got to think how he fights. Orthodox southpaw. Maybe he got more maybe this coach got more strategy versus, you know, orthodox fighter. Maybe this fighter, I know how to do the southpaw versus, you know, so you gotta have that aspect, man. Okay, last one.
Okay.
Bud, today's man, versus, and I want to point this out, I don't say arguably, versus the best boxer I have ever seen, Floyd
Mayweather.
Money, pretty boy, Mayweather.
He got some tricky questions.
Yeah. Who would you want to be in the ring with? Who you think you can learn the most from?
I would say, wow, these some great questions. I'll give them to you. I'll give them to you. I would say probably, dang, that's a good question. That's crazy.
Not that you would beat them. Just who you think you can learn.
Learning
just from learning.
Yeah, but these 2 guys, you can learn so much.
Their technique is flawless.
I would say probably. I would say Bud.
Still Bud. Okay.
Yeah, I would say Bud. Because Floyd was a workhorse, like, you know, he worked. That's how he beat a lot of guys too. His work ethic was off the charts.
There's a personal brother of mine named Dewey Cooper. If you don't know who he is, absolute living legend.
Yeah,
Dewey Cooper is a workhorse.
Dewey Cooper.
He said Floyd is the only dude that he's seen work out. He's like, there's no way in the world I could do what that guy does. And Coach Dewey is a workhorse. I mean, like 5 miles every day before a workout ain't nothing. Dang. For him to be like, I've seen him work out. He's like,
he's a fighter too, you said?
He's a coach now.
Okay.
He's a coach, entrepreneur. He helped bring along and invent Team Combat League. He's been the head coach of Francis Ngannou. He's faced Manny Pacquiao against Jesse Vargas. He's just been a slew of fighters. You know, and he's the only coach. I'm giving my brother his flowers. He's the only coach that I personally know that's been a world champion in kickboxing, MMA, and boxing.
Ooh.
And has coached world champions in MMA, kickboxing, and boxing. So not only does he do it, but then he coaches you to be a world champion. Okay. So man, yeah. That's so great. Brother, thank you for coming here. Thank you for coming to Country Box.
Shout out
that they're gonna be
Box.
seeing on free streaming TV. Get this QR code.
Hey, y'all gotta watch. It's gonna be a good show.
Mr. LeVar, shots fired. Brother, thank you for coming, man.
Thank you. Appreciate
I will wish you luck, but I don't need to wish you luck. You trained too hard to need it, brother.
Okay.
All right, man.
Thank you.
What's up, y'all? You know what it is. This is your man, Free with Ricky Ross. This is where you can see the fight at for free.